Hi guys, we are reading chapter 27 of Restart by Gordon Korman today. And as always, I like to kind of recap the chapter before. All right, so going back to chapter 26 and kind of looking through that, chapter 26 was called Joel Weber. And I know that it is, at first it starts talking about his black eye and how it keeps changing day by day with the colors and stuff. And he can ignore the way he looks, but his parents and his sister can't. And every time they see it, it's a reminder that Chase Ambrose was at it again, bullying Joel. Then, as the chapter went on, Shoshana and Joel and Kimberly ended up meeting at Brendan's house, where eventually, after waiting for Chase for so long, who didn't show up, Brendan did show them the video of One Man Band, and it was evident that Chase, that it was a huge accident when the fire extinguisher hit Joel in the eye. And they're wondering why Chase is not showing up. And one of the things I also see going through this is that Joel starts feeling more, what do I want to say? I'm not sure. He's feeling better about himself. He's saying, I've been victimized, but I don't have to let that define me as a victim. He says, I'm back at home and back to myself. So he's feeling more confident about being back home and being who he is. At the end of the chapter, Chase does not show up, and they decide that they're going to head down to Portland Street to see why Chase was in such a hurry to go there and didn't come meet up with the kids from the video club. Now, chapter 27 is called Aaron Hekamian. And so I'm kind of anxious to see. We're kind of taking a break from the whole video kids. I want to know what Aaron's going to have to say in this chapter, because remember, right now, he's thinking that Chase is holding out on him on that gold medal, or on the Medal of Honor, and he wants Chase to basically sell it and split the money that he gets into thirds. All right, Aaron Hekamian. Young man, we've been waiting nearly half an hour, the Dumbledore tells me. You promised to set up the card table for us. We'll get to it, I tell her. We're busy. This old bat has a voice like screeching gears on a truck with a bad transmission. You don't look very busy to me. You're just standing around the snack cart eating the cookies you're supposed to be passing out. Which is a big job, Bear pretends to be outraged. You expect us to do it on an empty stomach? Chill out, I advised Dumbledore. 5 more minutes. It goes without saying that community service at the Graybeard Motel is about as much fun as sticking your hands in a garbage disposal. The one good thing is that you get to mess with the residents. She's been bugging us half the morning to set up an extra card table in the rec room. So she and 3 other blue hairs can play bridge. We've been having a few laughs seeing how long we can blow her off. 5 minutes? Try 5 hours. Maybe 5 days. If she doesn't like it, let her set up her own card table. She's built like a sumo wrestler. In frustration, she retreats into the rec room, and Bear and I crack up. Oh, we'll do it for her eventually, you know, right before her head explodes. That's the art to it, picking the moment to give in just when she's about to report us to the nurses. We help ourselves to more cookies. But Bear tries to hog the last chocolate one, and we end up down on the floor fighting for it and laughing like crazy. The cookie is crushed before either of us can eat it. We're getting back to our feet, brushing off the dust and crumbs when we see him. Chase, striding down the hall like he's on the Amazing Race, in a real hurry to get somewhere, and not too thrilled about it. Ever since our fight on the football field, he hasn't been turning up for community service. Not that he's really on it anyway. I guess he's back, or at least he's back visiting his video star, the nastiest old Dumbledore in the building, overflowing with them. Bear, who has amazing sight, spots the bulging pocket first It looks like he's carrying a baseball, but there's a piece of cloth trailing from the opening. "Hey, Ambrose," I call. "What you got there?" He ignores me and shifts his path to the opposite side of the corridor. Bear blocks his way. "The man asked you a question." Another shift, so I step out beside Bear, and together we block the hall. Chase does exactly what a running back would do on a football field. He puts his head down and tries to blast through us, but we're linemen, and we stop him cold. In a game, I'd be trying to strip the ball. In this case, I reach down, grab the white fabric with a yank. A dish towel opens up in my hand, and something flies out of it, and it hits the terrazzo floor with a clink. Star-shaped blue ribbon. That geezer's medal. Chase falls on it like he's recovering a fumble. Bear and I go down on top of him. "2/3 of that is ours," I snarl. "It belongs to Mr. Solway." "He doesn't care," Bear grunts. "He barely remembers he even had it." "Get off!" Somehow he heaves us both clear and scrambles to his feet, clutching the medal in his hand. "You're not going to get away with this, man," I tell him. It's not even unfriendly. I'm giving him valuable information. "We're taking that medal no matter what we have to do to you." He hesitates, considering his options. During the pause, Dumbledore comes back into the hall. "What's going on out here? It's more than 5 minutes. We need our table set up now." "Okay, I'll do it," offers Chase, grabbing the opportunity to get away from us. The medal concealed in his fist, he escorts Dumbledore into the rec room. Bear starts to follow them, but I hold him back. "Too many witnesses, man. Be patient. He can't stay in there forever." We watch like hawks from the doorway, figuring he might try to stash the medal and come back for it later, when we're not around. It's in his right hand. He never opens those fingers while he's setting up the folding table and chairs. He keeps one eye on us. I favor him with a grin that says, "We're going to get you if we have to stand here until the next ice age." "He's toast," Bear whispers triumphantly. "The only way out of that room is through us." The Dumbledores in the rec room are fawning over Ambrose like he just saved the world from Lex Luthor or something. They love him as much as they hate us. It's enough to make you barf. He even takes a small potted plant from the TV cabinet and set it on the table to be the centerpiece. The blue hairs are practically wiggling with joy. Then, as Chase turns, his elbow knocks the pot off the table. It hits the floor and shatters, spilling earth all over the place. Bear loves it. Ha ha ha! Ambrose rushes to the corner, where a vacuum cleaner stands against the wall. He plugs it in and starts to clean up his mess. We almost miss it. As he runs the vacuum back and forth over the dirt, he opens his hands and drops the medal into the unit's path. In a heartbeat, it's sucked up and gone. He glances over his shoulder to see if we've noticed. I pretend we didn't, but Bear's face is bright red, which is a dead giveaway. Chase is vacuuming toward us now, speeding up, breaking into a run. The plug pops out of the wall. The vacuum falls silent. He keeps moving, though, charging at us. Bear and I block the doorway and brace ourselves to deck him again. Just before impact, he lifts the vacuum cleaner like a battering ram and slams into us. We're both knocked back onto our butts, choking in a cloud of dust that the collision forces out of the filter bag. By the time our vision clears and we struggle back up again, Ambrose is almost out of sight, down the hall, still cradling the vacuum cleaner. We stare at each other, and the minute we get our breath back, we chorus, "Get him!" We take off after our star running back. We've never been able to outpace him before, but this time he's carrying a vacuum cleaner, not a football. That's bound to slow him down. And then that's the end of chapter 27. We're going to be on chapter 28 tomorrow. Do they get him? Does he get away? Then how's he get it out of the vacuum? we'll see what happens next. Bye.